To summarize, we're going to look at this trailer. I already have watched it before. It's bad. There have been a lot of people who are more qualified than I who actually went over this, did a breakdown of this, not only talked about what's wrong with it from an artistic scale, but what was wrong about it from a canonical scale for all these characters. I only recognize two of them. I recognize Jinx because not only have I seen her from the promo art, but I've also seen Arcane Season 1. And Yasuo, I never played him, but I recognize him as well, somewhat. Anyway, pulling up the trailer now. Oh, there's a lot to unpack in this. This is apparently for the 3rd anniversary. I haven't kept up with the news on it as of yet. Here is the video. Okay, so right away, we'll get to this in a moment, but right away, look at the items on this shelf here. They are not the same as here. You see here you have a bunch of cosmetics and a whole bunch of other bottles that were previously not present. There's more detail on them. There's more variety. There's even non-bottle objects here. Here it's literally just all bottles and then whatever this is. Also, look at the way the mirror lights are. Like, that's just... that's just weird. And then her reflection is extremely low detail. Like, even if you were to think about something like depth of field, it's still just bizarre. And then what else can we pick out? I don't know if this outfit she's wearing is very close to what she actually wears in the game, but I don't know, it looks like it was molded by clay or something. Also, her fingers are bending in a weird way, like in this direction. That's just bizarre. And what is this? Like, can you see my... Yeah, you can see my mouse. What is this little thing? Like, there's no receptacle for what it's supposed to do. This either. Like, what is that? Is that a banana? I think that's a banana. Also, it's a bit finicky. Look at the way her reflection moves. It's just a little off. Okay, so we've got this screen here. This actually looks pretty convincing, this silhouette of the characters. I'm not entirely sure who these 5 are supposed to be, though. Her nails, like the cuticles, are very flat over here, but not so much over here. So, very weird. Also note how it's kind of hard to notice, but the color is like, it kind of cuts off here, but the nail like actually doesn't. This was a hard spot for me. Look at these. I don't know what this creature is. What is that? What is this? This is like nightmare. But look at the way they move when it zooms in. Like... Third anniversary. What is this melding? This is absolutely melding together. And 1N? One N in anniversary? There is not one singular letter N in the word anniversary. There are 2. And this... whatever this is... okay. So now we get to the stage, the venue. Now before we analyze these generic Pixar/DreamWorks faces, let's take a look at this. So it's circular, right? In this shot it's circular. Why is this ring, first off, it's completely suspended in the air, and they're not showing it being like magic or high-tech or whatever. Why is it going oval? Like... You see that? Kind of nightmare. Also, the speed at which it rotates is very bizarre. And the smoke effects are very inconsistent. They're like going every which way. Like, it's billowing up here, it's going down here, going in here, and it's following the light shafts. Everywhere you see a light shaft, the smoke is billowing in that direction. Except like up here where it's going outward for some reason. Also, there's smoke outside of the arena for some reason. There's smoke over here behind like the little monitor thing. All right. So now we get into the character design. So a lot of people in this day and age have played around with AI at least once. I do not endorse the usage of AI in paid products or in public advertising. But when I've experimented with either Copilot or ChatGPT for the very first time, it always spit out this art style. And I know exactly why. It's the Disney-esque / just general, like, high quality animation style you'd expect. Right? They're all like this. Now this guy is just like mesmerized. He's having the time of his life. He is zerked. He is zooted. He's not zerked. He is zooted. And I think my captions are crashing. Yeah, the captions are crashing. So I'm gonna disable that for now. Give me just a moment. Okay, hit that. And then hit that. Okay. Anyway, so we've got this generic-y art style that when humans make it, it's very high quality. The problem is not the quality of the art style. You know, everyone like says it's low quality or that it's just not like human. No, this art style is done by humans. That's not the problem. The problem is it's overrated and overdone. You know, that's not saying that the films that use this art style are not good or anything, because they're really good. It's just overdone. And the AI that was trained off of this stuff, like, it's overused, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I don't know what their arms are doing. Like, obviously, they're like, oh my god, the show is about to start. And they're freaking out. But they don't look happy. They look like they're in a panic. They look like they're like they look like they did something without their parents' permission that they really should have done, and if they ever find out, then they're in big trouble. And then like they turn and then like, oh, this. But I want to stick to this for a moment because I want to see if I can slow it a bit. Right? The eyes, ugh. Eyes, awful. I want to get the exact frame. It's like one less. I don't know all the buttons for like moving frame by frame, but oh, disgusting. Also, I don't know what she's doing, but like vile. That's like ugh. And then like this. They don't look happy to be here. Now, before the music starts and before we get to the next bit, who's this? Who invited the Wicked Witch of the West? Minus the green. Alright, and then we've got these characters here. Obviously, they're like flipping out, but like we don't know where this character's arm like ends. But everyone's freaking out. And here she is. Now, what is the difference between this character design and these character designs? These are very Pixar-like, very DreamWorks-like even. You know, they have an aesthetic, however fake it is. You know, you can tell by the difference in the teeth. This guy's got a bar, and this one's got separate rounded teeth. You know, the lighting, 3D, you know, it's trying to be a 3D animation in its own way. 2D almost. Hand painted almost 2D look. These are not the same. Also, what's up with her eyebrows being purple? Aren't they supposed to be blue? Let me look into this. Because I don't know what color her eyebrows actually are, but they're definitely not purple. Also, her tattoo is wrong. I don't remember what her tattoo looked like, but it's definitely not this. And then the weird, like, waggling from, like, the outfit. And then, like, why does her hair, like, suddenly reduce in width for this braid? And what is this weird flowy river of locks? It's so exciting! No, it's not. Also, that's not what you sound like. I mean, maybe that's how you would sound like in, like, the Chinese dub? I don't know. Who is this? I don't know who this is, but that is nightmare fuel. Like, the eyes are, like, staring into the soul. Ladies and gentlemen. This, I think I've seen this character somewhere before, but different art style. Also, he's kind of mewing a little. This is not the same art style as well. This is like a bit into the realism, like between the eyeballs and the lips. No. Nightmare. Also, what was that? Like, there's like a little cutoff here. It's weird. And it's just there. Anyway, he's 3D, but he looks a bit closer to the other characters in the audience, but what is up with his hair? My god, it's like he was sculpted out of Play-Doh, but like half-heartedly. There's no like nose bridge on his goggles, so like who are they meant for? And where do they end? He looks like he's made of plastic. Actually, no. You know what he reminds me of? There's an old game that was recently, I don't know if it was recently. There's an old game that was revived. It was called Microvolts, and the characters were all action figures and toys and stuff. Some of them are anime characters, and he reminds me of Microvolts for some reason. I don't know why. And here's Yasuo, who, again, different art style, more 2D in his design, and he doesn't look like he's happy to be here. He's mogging everything up. He doesn't belong. I don't even know like how accurate this design is. I haven't seen him in years. But he looks kind of like Vegeta almost, or like Goku in this. But also like just generic man, like facial hair, bushy brows, kind of furrowing over here. Also, weird spike on his armor. Like, what is that flatness? I don't know if that... I'm gonna look up his design, like, after this and see how accurate this is. Also, the patterning on his scarf thingy is, like, just... Ugh. Weird. Looks like muscle fibers. Especially here. It looks like kind of veiny. I don't know. Also, one ear is bigger than the other. I know humans have, like, symmetry, and really all things have symmetry or asymmetry for their looks, but this ear is massive and this ear is like not so massive. Also, like, this eye and this eye, they're not the same. And then this character, I don't know what this character is supposed to be, but this looks like a 2D image that was just live 2D. Yeah, 2D. We got this. It's a lot harder to tell because of the composition, I guess. I mean, they're trying, but like these gloopy bits were just so sloppily like placed. And then the patterns, there's no symmetry. And even if they were going for asymmetry on the cake, like, no. And what's this? There's just a little dribble left over. And that's not even a candle. Like, there's a little nub at the top, but there's no candle. Also, more vibrant than before. It's... I guess they're trying to keep the characters, like, looking, but what is that? I don't know if that's this character's arm or this character's arm, but that is not an arm. That is a doorknob. That is something you use to fix your door when it's broken. Melding. Why? Why? What? This is a show, all right. More melding. Weird. Also, what? Wait. Let me go back really quick. So one of the characters in the silhouette had wings. I want to believe it's her. That is that. What is that? Okay. Balloon goes. Lights go out. Balloon is shot by an assassin from a distance. Someone like sniped that balloon. Like the electricity hitting that balloon. There's no feedback on the balloon itself of electricity. It's just like released all its like fart gas as it like flies off and disintegrates. Okay. Light goes out. And then obviously the little poofy things, I don't know the name of those. They're not the same as they were before. They're not as messy, which is my only basis for that. That and also the top of the cake looks less like a cake and more like a plate. Everyone's weirded out a little. They're like, oh, what is happening? Oh no! It's the minions! Stupid monster! Here comes Yasuo with his no longer flowing upwards hair, doing a weird blade thing. Also gun. What? What did he do? Who's using this gun? Okay, so that character kicks him in the face. Zoom in. She is not the same as before. Not only are her eyes not nightmarish anymore, they're like in the Pixar style, but she has her wings. Her outfit's different. Her hair's different. And she doesn't have those little hornlet things or whatever she had. I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look up who these characters are. Give me just a moment. I'm opening up Google. Legends. Wild Rift. Third. Our anniversary trailer. I gotta search up like some kind of article about it. I gotta find some article about it so I can find out who these characters are. From IGN, League of Legends Wild Rift Backlash ignites after fans call out Fever Dream AI trailer. Okay, so they made a statement on August 5th. Let me see. I want to find out who these characters are so I can know how accurate they are, so I can be informed. It features Seraphine, Jinx, Aurora, Yasuo, and Ezreal. Okay. So I'm going to open up these character profiles and compare. Okay, let me see. So we have Ezreal, we have Seraphine, we have Jinx, who I'm aware of. Yasuo, who I'm aware of. Somewhat. Aurora is the bunny girl. I'll pull up Yasuo's profile anyway in case I missed something, which I'm sure I did. Okay, so let's compare. So, going back to this scene with Yasuo doing his weirdo blade thing. Let me take a look at his wiki page. Also, he's got a ponytail. What? Checking his abilities. He's got a sword thrust. He's got... I don't know. Seraphine is the winged character, is a support. She is a mage. I'm not seeing anything about her kicking things in the face. No, all I'm seeing are buffs and projectiles. I think. Nothing about just whacking people. Who's using the gun? Oh god. And then there's that scene. What is up with her face in this? What is up with... What is... Ugh. But I want to go back really quick. What was that? You see this guy? It's just like skipping along. Also, what is this like demon goat looking thing? Ah yes, good to know all the kaijus and dinosaurs are rolling through. Now this one caught my attention a lot because this... right here. Okay. I'll slow it for you really quick. But, after these chicken legs go through and this weirdo light goes, the next scene is literally like dissonance between art style and which characters are animated. Also lighting. So like... right here. These three characters, and maybe this one, are the only characters that are in an animated art style. Everyone behind them are humans, like realistic, almost humans. Also, the animated characters up front are the only ones not moving. Look at this. They're just frozen while everyone else puts their hands up. It's just bizarre. Yeah, like they're not moving. I mean, maybe they're okay. The character on the right was wiggling their arms a little bit. Also, the light back here is like a very big spotlight on top of like the crowd in the back, as though like there's a celebrity or like a producer or something that's getting an honorable mention, or like they've got the kiss cam going. Like, what? Here she goes, kicking more people. Did her boot look weird? Her boot looked kind of weird. Like, what? Where? What? Like, that's not supposed to go that there. The way this would work is as though there's like a gap in the back of your boot, as though like the front of the boot has that. Like, you know how there's like a gap in the front where like the tongue of the boot would be, if it has one, or like where the laces would be. That's how that would work if you were to move your foot like upward, or like point it upward. But no, you're pointing it downward like it's ballet. So it should not be doing whatever that is. Also, what was that arm movement? You see that? It's like, whoa. Also, she's channeling like some kind of magic, which makes sense because she's a mage, but she's not using it. She's just, I don't get it. Also, I still don't know who's using a gun. I want to say it's Jinx, but like, because of the bangs, but like even then, Jinx doesn't use a Glock from my memory. Also, are those lasers? Those are lasers. Who's using lasers? And here she goes. What was that face? Also, Fishbones, I think, is the name of it. Let me look up her profile. Is the name of her gun. Is looking a bit tiny here. And I don't remember it shooting flames. Also, 5 head over here. Like, what? I can't get over this. She looks like a bootleg toy. Oh my god. Wait. Did a head? It did! A head appeared where his rear was. Look at that. Those were legs. Legs? 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 Legs. Clearly legs. Head! Sudden head! Also, why is the socket for his arm down here on his hip? Why? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay, he's fine now. The minion's fine now. I don't know where the lights are. There are no lights attached. Okay, now the characters are completely wearing different gear and they're all color matched, like they're all the same tones. Everyone's suddenly happy. Yay! We're having such a good time. The heroes are killing... Ooh, my arm is doing something weird. The heroes are killing the minions. Oh, that's why my arm's doing something wrong. Let me move this. Yay! We're so happy. They're murdering things that are storming the stage. We're not panicking. We're not freaking out. This is supposed to be a third anniversary celebration concert. But there's moida happening and we're okay with it. I love this one who just tilts her head like that far to the side. Also, these logos and texts do not make any sense. And then these lights that should not exist because they were not set up. Like, there are no rafters. There were no rafters. There was just that weird oval from before. Again, what is happening here? Let me look at his profile really quick, so I can get a visual reference on how those goggles should look. But I already know this is not like... Ugh. Okay, they've got her gun again. It's shooting more flames, I think. Got another look for her. It's floating. Why is it flying? Also, the colors are weird here. Between her eyebrows, they're vaguely fingerprint-esque tattoo. Her weird choker that she's now got. What is being hit here? Nothing's being hit. Okay, well now, like, weird clouds. She's just being launched. Sudden fireworks with no, like... unprompted, like, anything ever. What was that movement? Did you see that? His lips are moving like his lips moved like he was claymation. Did you see that? Hold on. Who are you? You are not the same guy. You are not the same guy from before. This hair is so vastly different. Also, I don't have to explain that the pauldron is different. It just is. If you had a daughter in the 90s, this would be a poster that'd be on her wall or ceiling. This is the dream boat she aspires to, like, one day see live in concert. Okay, I'm trying to return the speed back to normal and it ain't doing. Ugh. Give me a moment. My eyes are watering. Ugh. There we go. That was Aurora, right? This is a perfect opportunity to check the... I can't. He is... Okay. This is a perfect opportunity for me to check her page. Okay. Design looks a bit close. Though the ears are a bit larger on the official render. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the camera angle for the model. Okay, we've got a smoke machine which I mean, it's supposed to be a smoke machine, but it looks like it's blowing frigid winter into the stage. Here we have as... What is that crushed can on his head? Okay, we went from having no, like, nose bridge on the goggles to, like, just his hair concealing what would have been. So now we've got 2 crushed cans on his head, and meanwhile he's looking like a K-pop star. Well, rather a bootleg of an action figure of a K-pop star. And it's like... And now a completely different design. Again, no nose bridge, and they look vastly different. This lens is bigger than the other. This has got like... I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at. What is happening? What is... We went from having no hair wind to all the hair wind. And it doesn't make sense. This is like... This is like... This is like... This is like Temu Bounty Hunter Doki Bird action figure. I don't know how to feel about that. Back to Yasuo, who also was having a hard time having consistency existing here. His nipple is like in the very middle of his pec here, and then his other pectoral is like smaller, but a bit more accurate for like the nipple placement. What? And then the pauldron is also wrong again. The spike is up now. And don't even get me started on the hair going back to pseudo Super Saiyan. But he looks closer to a real human in this, like a WWE superstar walking down the stage. I'm crashing out. I don't play League of Legends, but I'm crashing out. What is this? What was that? What is this supposed to be? Is this a blade moving along like a mirror or something? Or like water? I don't get it. Okay, the minions are getting killed, like live on camera. Okay, this shot... I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to do a creative, like, you know, coloration for, like, the individual facets of each character. But it went so wrong because, for one... Oh yeah, Aurora's wings. I could see how that could be iconic. You know, Jinx's hair, you know. But her thigh gap? Hello? Also Yasuo's belts? You tell me. I don't know. Aurora's everything? Not her ears? Not her tail if it were in, like, screen? Does she even have a tail? Let me see. Yeah, she's got a cottontail looking-ish thing going on here. I don't know. And then poor Ezreal. Poor... Hold on. Wait. Poor Ezreal. He went from vaguely looking like himself in this scene to, like, having his brain exposed. Like, his cranium is getting the open air treatment. That's his most defining feature. Not his obviously botched goggles. Also, in this shot, like, everyone's looking like the schoolroom projector Mr. Incredible over here, but he especially, like, doesn't look like himself. Also, the wings are more translucent than you'd expect compared to the art. Also, they don't even look like how the art has it. I don't think. Yeah, it's weird. Is there a skin that, like, matches this? No, not from what I'm seeing. I'm checking, like, all of her skins, and no. No, Seraphine's wings do not look like this. So it's probably an original design they were trying to do. Or at least, like, whether it's for a skin for this unique version or this unique trailer or just creative liberty for the AI. I don't know. Where did this screen come from? Also, the ring is lower and now suddenly we're indoors. We were outdoors. We are now indoors. Okay. Her outfit's changed again. It is now melting. Also, this wing is a little bit floppy. Jinx's pants apparently have taken on an entirely different color. Also, her leg. What is wrong with her leg? It's so thin. Her... Like, that's vile. That's bad. Like, that's unnatural. The thinness, for lack of better descripting or describing, of her waist compared to like the hips, like they've been forcibly stretched out. That's awful. Also, what is this arm movement? Like, her forearm is bending a little. All of their... What are these fingers? Ugh. What are these fingers? This is like server blight level of fingers happening here. Also, gonna be you. I can't mouse over them because of the GUI, but gonna be you. Gonna be... No, do not be me. Please don't be me. Look at that. Oh my god, she's built like Slenderman. They're both built like They're all built like Slenderman with these arms and fingers. Everyone's pogging, and then different art style, and this is nightmare. Okay, what is this? What is this stump? Like, and what is up with your foot? Okay, I don't get scared very easily, but that genuinely did me a frighten. AI generated Ezreal isn't really care. AI generated Ezreal. What are his moves anyway? Let me check. What does he do? Marksman Mage. I need to reload this. Okay, that's the videos for his abilities are not loading. Oh, here we go. So he can shoot. Okay. He can shoot again. And he can teleport and shoot. Okay. What is he doing here? I don't know what he just did. Did he just steal his intestines off screen? No. What is he doing to this poor minion? He's like stabbing him with a knife. Or he's doing the ball inspection. Oh god. None of this fellow is like, what is happening? What? Okay, he's getting burned. He's got like a neon tennis racket or whatever. And then a hoverboard? Who's this? Also art style change? Okay. Rapid punch. Okay, so that was all Ezreal doing that. Okay. I guess he's a brawler of sorts? According to this trailer? Okay. Alright. We're back here again. Aurora's ears are now, like, sharp. Jinx's ponytail apparently is an actual tail that reaches down the front. Aurora's wings are low now. Do I even need to keep breaking this down? It's obvious at this point, but like... how lazy did they get? On the count of 3. Okay, so now we're in the super close-up phase of things, in which detail will be higher to a degree, but only because it's a close-up, and not because it knows it's someone in specific saying this. Okay. Okay. We have all the characters now. Close up. Nightmarishly. Different art style from before again. A bit more parody of the art styles between these two. But Yasuo is still having a difficult time, like, matching up with everything. But with his more human appearance. What is that? What are these wings that were not present before? They're more feathery at the ends and like... Ugh. Everyone's screaming already. Internally. What was that head movement? Also that hand. This hand. Well, this hand too, but like, what? What is happening here? What, like, you're like doing a hand waggle. I have 5 fingers, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Like, the AI brain rot like made me look over at OBS again to make sure that I actually had like the proper amount of fingers and I'm not like going crazy here. I also need to adjust my phone. I will not be doing this camera setup again because my phone is slowly rotating to the right and I don't know how to feel about that. Yoop. Anyway. What are these hand waggles that always happen? What? Was that a middle finger? That wasn't a middle finger. That's just like, oh, okay. I guess you don't have a middle finger. Good to know. Okay. This... Put a blur filter on that and I could get banned. Also, what was that face? This one's face. It's like her eyes are closed and then like eyes were painted on her eyelids. Also, what is happening here? That is scary. That is terrifying. That is very terrifying. That's also scary. Those are more human, but still kind of cartoon. I don't like that at all. Your eyes are yellow now and not blue. Wait. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, her eyes are blue. They're supposed to be, but they're yellow here. Also, she has a weirdly placed ahoge. Her outfit's different again. Okay, we're outdoors again. Her ears are completely different. Same with her outfit and her hat, so I don't know if this is supposed to be like a new skin or if they just gave up and decided to do a like trailer exclusive outfit. I guess they did because everyone looks different now. Yasuo is a redhead now. Everyone... Wait. Wasn't Seraphine just pink hair back there? They gave up. Okay, so they were trying to go for parody, at least with Aurora's outfit, but like everyone... Why? What is happening here? We've got the boys in beach mode. Also big feet, big hands, red hair, previously wasn't. I mean, if it was supposed to be an outfit, I can understand, but what are these wings? Those are not wings. Also, what are these tetherball hair braids that Jinx has got going on here? This is like something you'd attach to your jugger stick. Everyone is so happy to be here. Look at all the pen lights, everyone's chilling. Ezreal's got a flowy bits on his thing now. He's no longer just in beach mode, he is now in concert mode. The cake is completely different. Also, that spark is like, that glint on the 3 is like struggling to exist, so I have reason to believe it's actually just a very misplaced spider of some kind. I don't know. Jinx doing a mic thing. That was a weird, like, head bob. Like, also, I don't think her outfit had sleeves earlier. Also, I didn't know braids were like coiled, but okay. Lovell. Gens. Zonk. We're so happy to be here. Real human-ish looking designs in the background, accentuating the cartoon characters with strange fingers. And what is that hand? I don't like it. Your eyes have changed color again, just slightly. Also, your tetherball braids are gone. You've now got dreads. Your wings are different again. Yasuo's like, now he's enjoying himself, like actually unironically enjoying himself, even though he's not the same character anymore. What was that chewing motion that middle character did? You see that? Oh, they're all doing it. Yay. Let's all take a bow. You are all nightmares. And you should all be ashamed. So, ladies and gentlemen and all, what have we learned today? For one, well, aside from these unintentional... Stop with the arm movement. Aside from the unintentional masturbatory arm movements that my hand tracking is now doing, what have we learned today? One, regardless of who was in charge of it, do not outsource your trailers to AI, because nothing will make sense and everything will suck. Your characters will not... They won't make sense from a design standpoint and from a animation standpoint. Even if you're doing it for like a popular character, just don't, because you'll get fingerprints replacing your tattoos and purple eyebrows when they shouldn't be. I've heard some people talk about this, saying that the lyrics were AI generated as well. Either the lyrics or the song itself. I don't know at this point. I can't create, so I don't know the difference. And that scares me. That very much scares me, because I was fooled long before this came out. I was fooled by a completely different trailer of some kind. It was a trailer for the next season of Stranger Things. I've been waiting for the next season, not too much, because I stopped watching Netflix like years ago. And honestly, like, Stranger Things is okay. Like, I was interested before, but now I'm just like, meh, it's whatever. But I was waiting for it, and then I saw like a trailer that was a fan-made trailer for the next season, but they didn't specifically say it was fan-made. They just said, oh, it's the trailer for the next season. So I watched it, and everything was so generically Stranger Things, if that makes sense. Like, all of the story beats were just there, like, just common. There were some, like, curveballs here and there. But, like, everything was just... like, nothing was new. Nothing made sense. And that's when I thought, like, wait, is this AI? And then, like, I saw the description saying, disclaimer, this is a creative project, just to see a what-if scenario using AI. I'm like, oh, geez, I got fooled. You know, I was worried about the elderly being fooled, and in my old job, I had to worry about people, like, complaining and worrying about, like, chatbots replacing customer service workers. But no, it's stuff like this. Maybe not this, because this is a video game thing, and, you know, people aren't gonna really fall for it. you know. But I'm going to turn the BGM on while I yap. Give me a moment. So, this is sad. Like, the whole thing with AI, like, I never really gave my public opinion on AI, but I'll use this to basically, like, give my opinion on it. It had so much potential to be a toy and like a thing to not take seriously. Just like something you could play with, something you could like mess around with for like what ifs for your abandoned stories or your ideas that you had in your head that you could have explored but legally wouldn't be able to because of legislation that could have gone through but didn't. And now we've got this. Now we've got one of, if not the most foremost and front and foremost countries in the development race for AI putting out this. Like, because it's so readily available. And even this, like, it's less expensive than hiring real artists and doing it right. It's still got some kind of price to it because you gotta outsource the tech for it. You know, you gotta get like access to either licenses for the proprietary stuff for it, or if it's not proprietary, you gotta deal with like the power consumption that is basically like burning down the Amazon rainforest, or so people have said in the past. I don't know. My stance on it is I'm very disappointed with how it turned out. It had so much potential to just be a fun, neat little thing. Like, you know, I don't know, like, what's a good example of something? Like Bonzi Buddy or Microsoft Paint or like just Windows Narrator. I'm listing just Windows stuff just off the cuff, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like just the things that people worried about, like things people thought were going to be a problem that just were not a problem. Like chatbots, like canned messaging, you know? But like, now it's this. Now it's, we're going to make this thing to advertise our thing, but we're not going to like handcraft it. We're going to do prompts. We'll train it on our stuff, but like, so it matches up. But the thing is, right, they don't need to do the training themselves because these characters are well known. If you play League of Legends, you know these characters, you know? And it's like, they don't even need to try as hard because these characters are already so popular. Any AI that's out there is trained on them already. So they could just slap this together. Heck, I could, if I had the processing power to do it, I could slap a trailer like this together using AI. And people would be none the wiser. They'd be like, did Riot do this? Or did Tencent do this? Or did some Joe Schmo on the internet do this? And it's just mind-boggling. Anyway, we looked at this. We're gonna stop looking at this now. That does it for this segment of this stream. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for coming around. I won't make it a habit to do this kind of thing too often unless you're interested, in which case I'll be happy to dissect any AI stuff moving forward. If anything, just to show you like what's wrong with it and like why it's not as believable. I will say though, people are getting better at it. People are making videos and making like content and stuff that's harder to like deconstruct. I'm sure an actual creative mind would be able to like take a closer look and like understand exactly, you know, what makes it so fake outside of just the generic stuff. Because I saw the Bigfoot vlogs and that looked very real. So, I don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's all doom and gloom. Sooner or later, someone's going to rein it in. Someone's going to like wrangle all of this weirdness and be like, hey, you know, this needs to stop because it's going out of control. But at least it's funny to watch. I just wish that it didn't come at the expense of all the artists and all the creatives that had their work stolen for it. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. I want to thank you again for watching. I don't know what the next stream's going to be, but when it happens, I'll make a post about it somewhere, maybe Blue Sky or something. With that said, thank you again, and I'll see you another time. Have a good day.